All right, what is going on, guys? Good morning. It is time for another episode. Chasing Waypoints podcast and YouTube. I guess, how do you include that now? Anyway, how's everybody doing this morning? More or less halfway through the Dakar rally. You know who my pick was if you listened to the Rally Week episode over on the podcast side of things. Looking pretty good. It's me knocking on wood. So we will find out a little bit more about that later. We do have the stage 7 information already. The map has been released, the timing and all of that stuff. So you guys will hear that a little bit later tonight. But right now, what we have got going on is none other than the Gnar Files. That is today's episode, or one of today's episodes. So stay tuned. If you haven't already, you're going to want to make sure you got the bell notifications on, because we should have a few episodes coming out for you guys as well. We are sitting down to do a little bit of research on some of our writers here from North America that have gone over. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. So if you got somebody that you want to hear about or find out a little bit more about their story, drop it in the comments. If you're there, if you're over on the Spotify and podcast side of things, you know how to do it. Drop down onto the Q&A section, place who you want to see or find out a little bit more about their race so far. And then if you are on any of the other platforms, of course, you can always do the Instagram thing and hit us up at Chasing Waypoints in the direct messages there. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get to today's Gnar Files. We'll let him do the intro. I haven't decided if we're going to put it in the title yet, but let's let him do the intro and figure this, get it out. Let me turn down the, officially turn down the party here. It's barely in the background, but come to that one. There we go.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in on another edition of Gnar Files, exclusively on Chasing Waypoints podcast. Hey, we have a special guest for you today. Involved in rally, but we're kind of going out of the box. He was the 2020 Dakar winning crew chief, the year that Honda won. It was like a 20-year drought or something. And his name is Hide Hanawa. He's a good friend of mine, helps me out a lot, and he was gracious enough to give us some time today on a Sunday. Like I said, he was a crew chief for HRC, involved with JCR Honda, the lead mechanic with our Baja program that lasted 20 plus years, Hide, of number ones. So I'm excited to bring Hide in and tell you what it's like to in the bivouac as a crew chief and what he goes through and the stresses and whatnot. So here he is. Hide, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Hey, so let's just jump into it. How did you get involved in, let's start with JCR. How'd you get involved with JCR? Like, how'd you meet Johnny? I mean, all that, because you were a car guy in the car division at Honda, correct?
So, yes, I working from Honda R&D from 1996. So I'm working for Honda 27 years. But originally, I was a car guy, testing cars at the proving ground. Then I was racing Baja, I was racing here on the Hound, like David did.
Oh, and so you're a racer too?
Yeah.
See, I don't think I ever knew that. Oh, yeah. Was that
D47?
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. I didn't know that was you.
I have number 4 national here on the Hound.
Whoa. The thing, and I love coming to Hide's, because we're sitting in Hide's garage. And if you're like me, you love looking at like racers' garages and stuff. I'm a sticker guy. Hide's got amazing stickers. He's got number plates. He's got Dakar number 1 shields. I can stay in here for hours and look at this stuff, but okay, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting because I'm again excited because I love coming to Hide's place. So you're a racer. You did Hare and Hound. You came from the car division. And then how did you get involved with JCR Honda and the Baja program?
So I racing and supporting Baja, especially 1000 for Japanese friend from 1988. So I was the Honda guy, especially the Bruce Ogilvy.
Yes.
I saw him because we need the parts.
Yeah.
He's a guy to get the parts.
Yeah, of course.
As you know. So I know Bruce. Then Johnny came to the group. I know his face.
Yeah.
I didn't know, of course. He's a top racer.
Yeah.
I'm just a support for private team. but I was start working Honda from 96. So Bruce, I know Bruce. I talk about Bruce. Then I keep doing private Baja teams.
Okay.
Then 05, new 450X, we have to do the Baja race.
Yeah.
Then Japan HGA asking me to support Bruce,
Okay.
American Honda team. So I joined the American Honda team, and I was testing with them. I met Johnny, of course. That's started how to involve in the Baja race team
Yeah.
with Honda.
And so you got involved with JCR around 2005 or sooner?
The JCR is started when 2012.
2012, yeah. Yeah. So
Before that, American Honda team.
yeah, correct.
Johnny is just rider, not
Yeah.
team manager. So started 05, building our 450X. They start winning. I keep supporting with Bruce. Then the American Honda team disassemble and moved to JCR.
Yeah.
Johnny made a team. So I keep supporting him.
Yes.
Then 2010, 2011, HGA asking me supporting a Dakar project.
Yeah.
So
How many Dakars have you been to since then? Every one?
no,
Mostly?
13 to 15 3 times, then 18, 19, 20. So 6 times.
Okay. So besides 2020, what was your role in Dakar going over there?
So HRC project started 2012.
Okay.
So we modified 450X and went to Morocco first, then Dakar.
Yeah.
We had so much problem. The first year, 2012, I was engine guy with Eric.
Okay. Yeah.
JCR. We worked like 20 hours a day. It's so crazy, but I was rebuilding an engine every day
During the race at Dakar?
during a race.
Oh, wow.
So I was engine guy first. Then 2014 and the 15, I was a team, not manager, but team support engineer
Yeah.
for satellite team from Argentina.
Okay.
So that was my first role.
Okay. So, like, going back to when you were building engines like 20 hours a day every day, in the bivouac, like, as a engine guy, like, do you have to sleep in a tent also, or do you have a spot in the rig you get to sleep on, or
Of course, in a tent.
always a tent?
Always a tent.
Oh, that'd be so tough. And then engines all night long, right? People working on bikes. You don't really get any sleep, is what I'm hearing.
So back then we had so much problem. We couldn't sleep anything. Almost like 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day sleep. And when we moved bivouac to bivouac in a car or truck, I slept.
Yeah.
So it's no sleep at all.
So how big a process is moving the bivouac for the mechanic side, like loading all the parts? You got to keep inventory constantly, mark what you use, and like how long would it take to load up the bivouac?
So basically after every maintenance is done, we put down all the tents, parts, carpets, everything back to the truck. So truck will be closed after we worked on.
Okay.
Then in the morning we just go.
Okay.
The bike is leaving, then we leaving.
Gotcha.
Same time. So we drive like 500, 800 miles a day to next bivouac. That's South America,
Yeah.
Dakar days.
Yeah. And then, so engine guy, and then you said you started supporting other teams, you said, right now?
14 and 15, I was Argentina team support from HGA.
Okay.
No HRC.
Okay.
So HRC team has a different.
And for those of those that don't know, HGA is
Honda R&D, Japan motorcycle division.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. So you're supporting those guys, and then how'd that go, and where'd you go from there?
So 15, the first support role is end. 17, 16, 17, I couldn't go.
Okay.
I moved to a motorcycle division at the Torrance.
Okay.
I started doing motorcycle work. But I couldn't go to Dakar.
Why is that? Because they couldn't let you go, or just contract, or
kind of busy for Torrance
for your division.
Office. Yeah, my division.
So let me interrupt you real quick. So you are part of Honda. You're part of the Torrance division, and now HRC wants you. So how does that work? Do they have to like ask for permission, or is like Honda Torrance like, oh, take Hide whenever you want, or do they how does that work out with both sides?
2018, Ricky was joining HRC from 16,
Okay.
I think. So he had European mechanic, HRC from Spain.
Yeah.
So all mechanic members is Europeans.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't like it, so he asked HRC, give me an American mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm not American, but I can speak a little bit better than European guys.
Yeah, but you're one of us. You've been with us around, and we have we have relationships, and we know each other.
Yeah. So Ricky asked somebody local mechanic. So HRC asking me to come join Ricky's mechanic.
Yeah.
So 18, and 19, I was Ricky's mechanic.
Uh-huh.
And HRC asked my Honda R&D America
Yeah.
a permission to go to Dakar.
Yeah.
Dakar, all the rallies, basically. Not only Dakar.
Oh, all the rallies. Okay.
The rallies.
Uh-huh. International traveler.
International, yes. And the testing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's another aspect of it. Not only is he the chief mechanic that year, and other years in the bivouac doing stuff, doing testing, rally testing. Hide is always out there with us and pretty involved and pretty hands-on. And it's just amazing that what everything goes into testing. I mean, we really can't go into it, but just know it's pretty cool. So Ricky's guy testing. Now you're going to all the rallies, and then how's that transpire from there?
So 2020, actually 2019, after 2019 after Dakar, they're asking me to move up to chief mechanic on the team.
Yeah. So crew chief then.
Crew chief, yes.
And then now as a crew chief, you oversee everyone in the bivouac. Are you still Ricky's mechanic?
So Ricky's mechanic is Kendall.
Yeah.
After I left. But I was watching 5 mechanics and a big truck driver. Also my under chief mechanic.
Yeah.
And the parts guy.
Yeah.
So I have like 6 or 7 guys I have to watch and tell what to do.
Now, how stressful is that? Like watching everybody knowing you're in charge and making sure parts are inventoried, I assume, and
because the team is not changed much. The mechanics, of course, I know Kendall, so
yes,
there's no stress.
Yes,
I know parts guy, I know drivers, so
you have good working relationships with mostly everyone under you.
In a team, yes, I know everybody.
Yeah,
I speak a little bit Spanish, so it's easy to talk with them, joking.
Yeah,
so that's good. Also, chief mechanic has to talk with FIM.
Oh, really?
Some problem happened. We have to replace, example, for the engine. I have to talk to FIM. Okay, come over to check, please.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I know FIM guy back then. So being Dakar like 6 years, 6 times.
Yeah.
So familiar face.
Yeah. You build relationships over that time.
Help a lot. Same as Baja, if you know Southfish.
Oh yeah.
It's better, right?
Of course.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. All right. So going into 2020, Dakar, how are you guys feeling going into 2020? Like, how did you feel the team looked? How did you feel how prepared were you as a chief mechanic that year?
So 2019, Ricky almost won the Dakar.
Yeah, he had an engine failure, I believe, or something like that, right?
He had an engine failure.
That was on 2 days before
before the race.
And he had a pretty decent lead, right?
A decent lead.
Yeah.
So we could win, no problem. But of course, engine blown.
Yeah.
So that was in the head, everybody's head. Of course, on Ricky's head, very heavy.
Yes.
So 2020, we fixed everything on the Honda side, HRC side, revised engine for the problem we had on 19.
Yes.
So we had confidence And so pretty relaxed on my end,
Uh-huh.
the team end. But of course, Ricky was tense.
Yeah.
Johnny, of course, helped a lot
Yeah.
for that. Of course, Kendall joined the team. It's helping Ricky a lot because he's a racer.
Yeah. And Kendall's a great mechanic.
Yeah, he's a great mechanic.
Great racer, great mechanic, and a great friend to all of us too. So that right there, I think, is huge. I mean, because we all spent time in Baja together. We've all spent time testing together, and just to have that, it's more like family, honestly. So that's huge, right?
So that's huge for me, Johnny. Also, of course, Ricky. 100% positive side. So, I mean, started race, he's doing very well, and we checking the engine every single day, the data, oil.
Yeah.
We know why it's broke.
Yeah.
19. So
you're just monitoring everything that could and possibly go wrong, and looking for signs. So how long so 2020, you're like, what's a typical day? Like, how long a day is it for you at the 2020 rally, say day 2 or day 3?
So
typical 20-hour days. If you don't have to move the bivouac, like, how long a day is it for you?
So started like 2018, 19, of course 2020.
Yeah.
2020 is the first year for Saudi.
Yes.
So Saudi is really easy.
Okay.
Because not super hot. You don't have to drive like 500 miles a day.
Yeah.
And the highway is empty.
Okay.
And there's no speed limit, basically. So very easy.
Watch out for camels.
Yeah, camel and sand dunes.
Sand dunes.
On the highway.
Yes.
But pretty easy compared to like South America.
Yeah.
You don't have to cross the border. You don't have to cross 16,000 feet on Andes.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for us.
Okay.
That's a positive side.
Yeah.
And the bike, so started 13, we work 20 hours a day. Sometimes 24.
Wow.
But we developed the bike like 18, 19, 20. We don't have to work like that.
Yeah.
We stop working like 7 o'clock.
Oh, really?
And go dinner.
Yeah.
And we had a meeting, then go sleep.
Wow.
So lots better than before.
Well, you had everything refined. You had the motor figured out. So yeah. I always hear that. I'm like, I want to go to Dakar. I got to make it there one day. And everyone's like, you don't want to go. Too much work. 20-hour days. You won't sleep in a tent, but.
Yeah, so South America days, you cannot sleep in a tent.
Yeah.
It's 120 degrees outside. In a tent, no way you can sleep. But Saudi is cold and cool.
Yeah.
Kind of cold side. So easy to sleep in a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
No problem.
Huh. Interesting.
But the bike side is very mature, how to say it. Bike is better every year.
Yeah.
So 2020, no much problem.
Yeah.
You can, everything finish like before 8 o'clock.
Oh, wow. And then some of those days, I mean, Ricky and Nacho and whoever's on the team at the time, I mean, they're up at 2 or 3 in the morning to get going on the liaison. So obviously you guys are up that early also, right?
So in the teams, we said we have to wake up 1 hour before the rider does.
Okay.
So Ricky wake up 3. We wake up 2.
Gotcha.
And be ready, everything ready, bike ready, So waking up 2 o'clock, it's not easy, of course.
Yeah, of course.
You can go to the bed in a tent. Even we finish work 7 o'clock.
But I'm sure you still have team briefings after dinner.
Yeah.
Just like we do when we test and stuff like that.
Like 9 o'clock, we have a briefing, for example.
Uh-huh.
Then we go to the bed like 10.
Yeah.
Wake up at 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's still tough.
Yeah. I mean, you don't fall asleep right at 10. You know, you got to unwind and decompress.
And in the tent, it's like there's a car going by, big camions, trucks go by. You cannot sleep.
Yeah, even with earplugs, no way.
No way you can sleep.
Oh, wow.
So still tough.
Yeah.
But it's lots easier than before. You can eat, you can go to the bed, kind of same time every day.
Uh-huh.
Of course, Saudi is bivouac. We don't have to move much.
Yeah.
Means we don't have to drive much.
Yeah.
So it's easier.
A lot easier and stuff. What does it let me see. What am I trying to ask you? So say you had to tear down, say you had to move. How long does it take you guys like to take down the tents? And like everybody pitches in, obviously.
Everybody has to pitch in, even Johnny or team manager, If they are nothing to do, I call them, come, help. But they're good, so they're helping us. So 5 bikes, tent, easy ups, carpet, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, to have a role in that and be a part of the crew as a major factory, you have to be really damn good at whatever you do, in your field to be at Dakar, I think,
So biggest thing is bivouac setup. You have to check the sun, the wind, everything. You have to make sure sun get into your eye.
Yeah.
At the evening. No good. So we make a bivouac. How to set it up against, how to say it, like south, north.
Yeah, it's like the rising sun and setting sun.
Setting sun. You have to think about it. Everything, wind, directions.
Yeah.
So sometimes from looking outside, it not looks good.
Yeah.
But good for the mechanic.
See, I never thought about that. I mean,
same thing like maybe Baja or something. You have to set up the pit. You have to against the front. The dust. You have to think about dust.
Yeah. You need to think about trucks or oncoming traffic.
Yeah. Or how the direction the wind coming.
Yeah.
So you have to already dusting while you are not dusting.
Yeah. So funny you should mention Baja. Like, I mean, I've known you for many years, and then being one of Johnny's main pits for Baja during our Baja reign of 1X. I have my pit set up and I'm like everything, and it's always stressful for me, no matter how many times I practice. And then here comes a box van, here comes Hide, and you're like, I'm gonna do wheel change. I'm like, dang it, I'm the wheel change guy. I go, but Hide is the pro. I'm like, okay, so then we do audible. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take over air filter. You guys, we all practice so we can all do each other's role as a pit captain. You prepare for that. And I remember the first 2 times I had you in my pit. I'm like, okay, Hide's got the wheel. I'm going to do the air filter. So bike comes in, it's on the box. I open the side cover and then I go to spray the air box down. And what do? The nozzle's pointed right at you. I don't know if you remember. And I go to spray the air box and I spray Hide right in the face. I'm like, oh my God. I go, I'm done. My pit's over. They're going to fire me. But Hide didn't skip a beat, man. It was on that wheel change and, contact clearance. I don't think he even blinked. He was just so focused. And obviously we handled it, got the bike out, still in the lead. And I didn't do that once, but I did that twice to Hide, and I'm thankful he doesn't remember until I just told him right now. Yeah. But going back to what you're saying is, when I'm setting up my pits and when we had a Baja program, I'm constantly looking at where the tracks are going, possible, traffic, rocks, dust, things like that, and where I'm going to set my lights up. And so I didn't think about that as far as you guys are checking wind speed out there and setting up the pits and stuff like that.
Wind direction is big, where the sunset goes. Because Saudi was okay, it's not hot, but South America is hot. Yeah. So you have to think about, not getting a sun that much. So you have to think about pit direction.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
So but the setup, about maybe 30 minutes, take it down 30 minutes.
Wow. That's impressive. I thought it would be a lot longer.
We have 10, 15 people.
Yeah, and plus you have a system down too. Yeah. So, that's pretty cool. And then, all right. So then, let's talk about going into the last few days of 2020 Dakar. Was he in the lead the last 2 days?
He was in the lead, yes.
Yeah. So, the last 2 days, how was the vibe in the pit? Everything was going good. Were people worried? Were you getting phone calls from the mothership? I mean, what was going on?
The team HRC, especially the Honda side, we test a lot, as you know.
Yes.
So every parts, we know the life.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
When we change everything on the book.
Yes, I've seen that.
So same as Baja maybe, but if you cross the wing, you wanna change everything or check everything, maybe overdue.
Yeah.
Or overdone, I
Yeah.
should say.
Yeah.
So Kendall was a mechanic. Of course, he was nervous. So everybody nervous.
Yeah.
Everybody tried to change everything. But as a crew chief, I know the parts life.
Yeah.
You don't have to touch it. You don't do it.
Uh-huh.
Or change this for safety. Stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's everything we set as a team.
Yeah.
Honda, especially the Honda side.
Yeah.
Team side, mechanic, they tend to change everything like a clutch. Depends on the rider, but
Yeah.
what chains. If the chain is good, you don't have to change it.
Yeah.
So for my job, I have to stop some overdone things.
Yeah. People are just overthinking stuff when they don't have to.
Overthinking, change everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to touch it, but they touch.
Yeah.
Last 2 days, like Kendall tried to work like more than used to be.
Yeah.
He was the last guy, finished the work, which is okay, but it's not Baja. You don't have 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you have to, for me, we have to finish work like 7 or 8, and that's it.
Yeah.
So everybody nervous, but I was confident he could go good.
Yeah. And then so going into the last day at 2020 Dakar is usually a short day, right? Short stage, just flat out.
So 2020 Dakar, last day was cut half
Okay.
because they have some problem in the course.
Uh-huh.
So that's helped Vicky a lot.
Yeah, it's a big stress off.
Big stress.
Everybody.
Like,
Especially
about
you.
Like 300K
Uh-huh.
goes to like 150K. It's easy for them.
Yeah.
They don't have to race it. They just cruise to win,
Yeah.
which Vicky did.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
So how long was it? Was it 20 years since Honda won a Dakar?
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I know it was a long time.
Maybe 18 or something like that.
Yeah, and then how did you feel when that goal was finally accomplished? Because I've been with you. I've been out there where we test. I've seen how you're talking about how everything has a lifespan, and I've seen you guys how you pull something out, you measure it, you test it, you write it down, you bag it up, and it goes back to Japan. All that work, all those years. How did you feel as the role as a crew chief, being responsible for all that? Like, how was that feeling for you?
So 2020 was kind of like different. I was confident to win.
So you say probably the most confident you ever been at that point in the program?
I think so. It's like the same feel as we winning Baja 1000
Yeah.
at the Honda team.
Yes.
We always win. We know the feel, right?
Yeah, we do.
So that kind of same feeling. Okay, we can win it. No problem.
Yeah.
That feeling, exact same feeling.
Yeah.
Before that, like 2014, 2015, it's no way. I don't feel that confident.
Yeah.
But time goes by, 17, 18, 19. I feel like same as the Baja 1000, Baja program.
Yes.
we can win it.
Yeah.
Of course, 19 almost we did.
Yeah.
20, Ricky won the stage a lot. He was on the top of the chart like every day.
Yes.
So I felt a lot confident to win.
That's pretty good. I mean, I just can't imagine. I don't know. I've never been there, but I mean, like you're saying, the Baja program that we had and we did, it's like doing pits. It's like, yeah, we're going to be in first. When the bike gets me, we're going to be in first because we're just so confident in our riders and the equipment, like for me, being one of Johnny's main service pits, me and my guys, we would practice for weeks. I would practice for hours on my part and practice all their parts in case something happened or they got sick, so I can do their job too. And then even when we got down to Baja at the Honda hotel, I would grab a bike from Johnny, grab my pick eyes and set up my stuff. And we would practice until we had a full service pit under a minute, that's front, rear wheel, air filter, fuel, oil check, every time under a minute until it was secondhand for me and my crew, so yeah, just the confidence is there, like you're saying,
Yeah, I think we did enough testing. The bike is getting better. Riders getting better. We know how to win it.
Yeah.
So I felt exactly the same like a Baja program.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I felt, okay, we can go, we can win. No problem.
And then, okay, cool. You won 2020 Dakar, then you took a break from it, stepped away, just other projects, hard to get away from HGA.
So everything changed like 2020, as you know.
Yeah.
Because COVID.
Oh yeah, that was big.
That's everything changes.
Yeah.
For me, for my job. So I left HRC no more like Dakar work.
Yeah.
So that's end of it.
Yeah. And then, so now you're still at Honda.
Yes.
And the car division side still doing that.
Yes, I'm testing production cars.
And then, I mean, I'm looking at your garage and all these bikes, and I mean, obviously you're still heavily involved in bikes for friends because you've rebuilt bikes for me, and I greatly appreciate that. And I mean, you still have a love and passion for off road.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
For the Dakar, I left like 2020. I think about tough days, like 200 days out from my home.
Yeah.
Little bit slow down. Life is not so bad.
Yeah.
It's not easy to go Dakar and rallies. You have to go like 1 month from home.
Yeah.
And go testing and going to different strange countries. And
yeah. I mean, they don't have OGs at every country. So
no way. The rallies goes to strange place for sure.
Yeah.
Like Russia, like Mongolia, like China.
Yeah.
Morocco, Saudi. It's not easy for your body.
Yeah.
So.
And especially, like you said, if you have a family and time away from your wife and your kids and stuff, like for me, I think it would be great because I'm single and I could do what I want. But yeah, it's even when I do a lot of stuff in Baja still, helping different teams and doing tours and stuff. And, sometimes I'm gone for like a week and a half and I'm just like, oh man, I can't wait to get home. Then I'm home for like 3 days and then I got to take off again, So I imagine it's kind of the same way, like you're saying, traveling 200 days away a year when you were deep in the program. So
it's not easy. So look back 2020, of course, I wanna still doing a Dakar and rallies. But the COVID stopped everything. But it was good. It was okay.
Yeah.
Everything okay after that. I still involving a team and riders and as a friend.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I enjoy like when we do our testing. Like this past year, I really wasn't out there that much because I had a lot going on. I was doing a lot of stuff in Baja, and my dad passing, and then trying to get ready for Baja Rally. It seems like I stepped away from the team last year a lot. I think I only made it to like 2 things. But yeah, I mean, like when we were testing before that, and Yoa's come out, and it was always fun to have you out there and have laughs and be like, you're like, oh, what's the Gnar challenge? I'm like, no, I don't want to do a Gnar challenge, So what are your plans now? Like, what do you just HGA car testing? You riding dirt bikes still? Working on dirt bikes for friends? What's going on?
Yeah, I wanna ride myself. Maybe go more riding. Of course, I have many bikes.
You have. Look at it. If you can see his garage, you'd be like, this is cool.
So that maybe a little bit more than before. Also, I'm gonna go Japan to go ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
To go places. So next year I plan for that.
Yeah, you're gonna go ride with Noguchi? You're gonna go?
Maybe go, yeah, his house.
I want to go. I see all the stuff that Noguchi posts, and it looks so cool. Then he brings his little stove and Yeah, you got to follow Noguchi on Instagram, King of Seat on Instagram. Yeah, and he cooks, and it just looks so cool, everything he does and rides. And I never thought the terrain in Japan would be like that.
Yeah, it's fun for me. Of course, I'm from Japan.
Yeah.
So everything good to like looking different places
Yeah.
in Japan because I never been.
Yeah.
So now I have a time to do it. And
So like we call Japan the mothership. So like if you're going to Japan to go visit friends, do you like stop by the mothership, or they're like, hey, Hide, stop by, see what we got going on, or they ask you for things or anything like that?
If I go, my motorcycle friend want to meet and talk about the motorcycle, Baja, Dakar,
Yeah.
everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. One day I will get to Japan. I have to. I mean, Dakar is probably out of the question for me, but definitely I could, hopefully I can make Japan happen somehow. Well, cool. I super appreciate your time. Is there, anyone you want to say hi to, anyone you want to thank? Just let everybody know.
I don't know. Of course, Johnny Campbell,
Of
Preston
course.
Campbell,
Yeah.
Faye Campbell,
Yeah, the Campbells.
all the Campbells. I don't know, Queen Cody.
Yeah.
He was the guy started the car project for us.
Yeah. And the bomber.
Yeah, that Dave has.
Yeah, that I have.
Also, of course, Ricky, Nacho, those good friends of mine.
Yes.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
All the HRC riders,
Yeah.
all the HRC mechanics.
Yeah.
Also, two mechanics actually one mechanic moved with Kevin
Okay.
to KTM.
Benavides.
Yeah, but Herman, I always talk to him. Also, Kevin's brother Luciano's mechanic used with Honda.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, I kind of trained them.
Yeah.
But now they're mechanic and doing rallies as a top team mechanic,
Yeah.
which is like proud for me.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
we always still talking with him, with them. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, the whole rally community is a big family. You've all been in contact or some way, somehow, and spent time together.
Yeah, I think so. It's the same as like a Baja teams.
Yeah.
I mean, race is a race, but after race, it's a friend.
Yeah.
I felt very strong with KTM guys after we won
Yeah.
2020. They are kind of happy for us.
Yeah.
So, that's a big, like, I don't know, I should say friendship or something, but it's like a fraud community. It's always like that. So I like that feel.
Yeah. It's special. I mean, yeah, it's a special feeling, I assume. Well, cool, man. I think that'll wrap it up for the Gnar Files. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight on the mechanical side, the crew chief side, what it takes and how Hide got there and his journey and whatnot, and a little bit of our friendship. I call him King Saba. Not many people know why, just a few of us, but we'll just leave it at that. And so yeah, Hide's been a good friend to me over the many, many years I've known him. And like I said, it's always been a pleasure to have him out when we're doing, or he comes by, and just to have him be a part of the program is pretty awesome. So Hide, I want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for doing this on a Sunday for me. And I just wanted to share your story. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that'll wrap up Gnar Files exclusively on Chasing Waypoints. Not a quick hit like we usually do. This one needed a little more time to tell. So appreciate it. Hope you guys liked it and enjoyed the listen. All right, talk to you. See you soon.
All right, so that was Gnarly Dave talking with Hide Hanawa from HRC Honda days back in the 2020 when Ricky Brabeck won the Dakar. So I don't know. Lightning looking like it may make a second appearance. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. It was really awesome to hear a little bit about it and what they do and how much of this is timed. And it's interesting that the level of how like the factory knows and him himself knowing, like I I agree with what they're kind of saying, that like Kendall Norman working on Ricky's Brabeck's bike right before the last few stages, wanting to double, I know that chain is good, but a new chain is better, or all of these things. And Ide sticking to his guns, knowing I was like, no, we know the life expectancy of a part. It's documented. We know it. It's a known recipe. It's a known number, and don't do it. Stick with what we know and to something. That kind of consistency, that kind of confidence in the product. And that kind of confidence in the product obviously comes from all of the years that they have been doing it. You heard it there towards the end. Even when Quinn Cody started the program with these guys way back with HRC aboard the Dakar Bomber. I've seen that bike in person, all of the details, all of these little things. And yeah, I mean, it's a bike from back then, and it's been modified to what it is now. Obviously, the newest generation of Dakar bikes for them are much more developed, but that was where they started. They had to start there before they could get to where they're at now. Engine packages that are known numbers, electronics that are known numbers, suspension that are known numbers, and then all of a sudden you add all this weight on it and all of these things on it, and then it becomes, okay, now we got to figure out how long these things are going to last and how they're going to do it. And then, like even this, organizing an entire pit, and from being a mechanic and then moving to where you have to run everything. You have all of these people underneath, and then having to make decisions like that. Like, I've got a lead bike. Everybody's watching this bike. We got to make sure that when it leaves here, that bike is 100%. There's nothing that's not known about that, and I think that they're good enough to even know. They get to a point, almost to the point where there probably isn't a surprise failure. And if there is a surprise failure, like, they may know that it's iffy, they would have changed it. So it's very interesting to see how that dynamic works, at a pro, at HRC level team. So very, very nice. Gnarly Dave, well done. Great episode. Gnar Files. I hope you guys are enjoying it. We got another one coming today. If you guys are watching this on Saturday, I forgot the number of the date. Anyway, if you guys are watching this on Saturday, it's Saturday rest day for the 2024 Dakar Rally. If you guys are checking that out, we've got a whole playlist of all of the updates and all of the stuff that we've done, and then we'll get this episode here live in a few minutes. But I hope you guys are enjoying them. We've got another one coming again today, like I said, and then we'll be doing some research. We got to run some errands, 9 to 5 life. But we'll be back, and we'll get another episode for you guys. So anyway, enjoy. Let me know what you think. Comments. If you're listening to this on Spotify, you know where to go. Q&A. And if you're on any of the other podcast platforms, I think there's like 10 other. Amazon, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, and I don't know, Apple Podcasts, of course. So if any of those other ones and you don't have the ability to send a message directly, jump on over to the Instagram at Chasing Waypoints and drop us a DM. We'll talk. We'll do our best. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, all right. Enjoy. All right. That is a wrap for the Chasing Waypoints podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Looking forward to our next one coming up. Remember, if you are out riding, do not forget to tag us at Chasing Waypoints. Hashtag Chasing Waypoints. And if you haven't already, get on over to the website. Get signed up for the newsletter, The Bivouac. North America's rally raid and adventure riding newsletter. Hey, let's have some fun. Let's find out what are you guys up to. Let's get you featured. If you're a brand and looking to get supported, get some eyeballs, get some ears on your business. Absolutely, hit us up. Send us a message at podcast at Chasing Waypoints. But anyway, that is a wrap. Remember, shiny side up. See you guys.